St. Francis de Sales School feel really privileged and honored to stand at the fore of such a distinguished audience. Coming to my theme, Nation First. What is a nation? A nation is a community of people formed on the basis of a combination of features such as language, history, ethnicity, culture, and society. A nation is thus the collective identity of a group of people understood as defined by those features. And nation first simply means to give our first priority to our nation. But isn't that confusing? What can a mortal do to give his first priority to his nation? Well, not everyone could join the military. Then, let me explain this simply. Nation first means to keep our actions in such a manner that it helps in uniting our country and lead towards national progress. To follow the concept of nation first, one must develop the feeling of nationalism. Now, what is nationalism? Nationalism is a state of national consciousness, exalting one's own nation above all others and giving primary emphasis on its own culture and interests opposed to other countries. To show our nationalism, we don't need to put other countries down, we just need to put our country up. Now, coming back to the matter of nation first. It is a thought which has been followed since many years and also by many people, including our great freedom fighters like Bhagat Singh, Subhash Chandra Bose, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Chandrasekhar Azad. They always gave their first consideration to their nation. They sacrificed everything for their nation. But why? For what? Did they do this for money? No. For fame? Of course not. They did this because they were knowing what they are doing is not for someone else. It's for their own country, their own nation, their own countrymen, their own future generation. Now, before the beginning of this program, when we were attending the prayers in the upper hall, I saw a great portrait of Subhash Chandra Bose. I want to give an example of his nationalism. In 1930, Subhash Chandra Bose was arrested as he protested with the civil disobedience movement. And then he was released in 1931 after the Gandhi-Irwin Pact was signed. When after he was released, he again protested against the Gandhi-Irwin Pact and also opposed the suspension of civil disobedience movement. And he did this all, especially when Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru were hanged. The point, what I want to say, is Subhash Chandra Bose was seeing the risk of death in his actions, but still he did not quit. A pure example of how one could keep his nation first. Our country would really have a great growth if every citizen would develop such mindset. Even the theme of our recently passed 75th Independence Day was Nation First, Always First. Now, just to conclude my theme, I would like to narrate two short stories regarding this theme, Nation First. So in the first one, there is a young lady teacher who spends most of her time in cleaning the colony. So her mother said to her very irritatingly, "You smell like muck, your clothes stink. When will you shake off this Clean India madness? Educating people is fine, but cleaning all that stengy garbage is going overboard." That girl replied very proudly, "This is the least I can do for my nation." Her mother was struck dumb with this reply. Then the next story is of a late soldier's mother attending her departed son's prayer ceremony. She says, the sight of my son's tricolor wrapped body emanating fragrance of our country's soil is the sight I want to remember her with. She now spends most of her time working with the NGO for rehabilitation